Learning objective 14 is to convert between concentrations of H plus OH minus and going through pH and pOH. Okay, so I love this. So we have H plus in one corner. We have pH down below it. You have OH minus and pOH. Okay, we don't hear much about pOH, but it is another scale that we can base alkalinity on. So this is more alkaline, this is more acidic. Okay. So if I'm moving from H plus to OH minus, we already talked about how to do that. That is you're using your KW, okay, or you can go back the other way. So this way is your KW over your H plus concentration. And this way is KW over your OH minus concentration. H plus to pH. P stands for negative log. Negative log. So if I'm doing pH, this is the negative log of the concentration of H plus. Okay. So if you're moving from H plus to pH, you're going to take the negative log of your H plus concentration. If you're going from pH to H plus, you're going to take the anti-log, or 10 raised to the minus pH. Anti-log is 10. So if we're moving from pH to pOH, you're going to take 14 minus the pH to get your pOH. And if you're going from pOH to pH, it's going to be 14 minus the pOH. And going from pH to OH, and then I can also go from OH to pOH. Again, P stands for negative log. So this is going to be going from OH to pOH. This is going to be the negative log of the hydroxide ion concentration. And then this is going to be 10 raised to the minus pOH. Okay. All of these are on the back of your periodic table. So pH or pOH is equal to the negative log of the H plus or the OH minus, depending on which one you're looking for. And then your concentration of H plus or OH minus is going to be 10 raised to the minus pH or the minus pOH, depending on, again, what you're looking for. So all of those are on there. Okay. If I'm at pH and I need to get to the hydroxide ion concentration, you can go from 14 minus the pH to get your pOH, and then it's going to be 10 raised to the negative pOH. So, or you can just say 10 raised to the minus, raised to 14 minus the pOH. The pH gives you your pOH. Either one, doesn't matter. So let's look at a couple of examples. I'm going to do 2 examples, and then I'm going to leave 2 examples for extra credit. So it says 1.78 times 10 to the minus 9 molar H plus to pH and pOH. So pH is equal to the negative log of the H plus concentration. So then this is going to equal to negative log of 1.78 times 10 to the minus 9 molar. Now, if I'm looking at this times 10 to the minus 9 here, I'm going to say that this is going to be a high pH. Okay. The reason that I say it's going to be a high pH is because this is a basic solution. So then You can go to your handy dandy calculator. I'm not expecting you not to use your calculator on this. So negative log 1.78 second e to the minus 9, close parentheses, equals 8.74 or 8.75. Just round your pHs and your pOHs to 2 places behind the decimal. That's all I'm asking you for. Don't worry about sig figs on these. Just round to 2 places behind the decimal. So this is equal to 8.75. So pOH, easy to get pOH from your pH. So pOH is going to be 14 minus the pH, which is equal to 14 minus 8.75. That gives me 5.25 pOH. And these do not have units, so don't worry about doing units either. All right, so I'm going to leave this one for you to do. And then I'm going to do one that just has concentration. So I have 3.79 to my concentration of H plus and to OH minus. So 3.79, I can take my pH and do my anti-log of my pH. So 10 raised to the negative pH is equal to my H plus concentration. So then I'm just going to do 10 raised to the negative 3.79. Now, there is an anti-log button. If you look at the log button on your calculator where it says log, the anti-log is going to be right above that. So it's going to be 10 raised to, and then I'm going to do negative 3.79. That equals to 1.62 times 10 to the minus 4. So your OH, there's 2 ways that you can do that. You can either go from your pH to your pOH and then do your anti-log, or because we're in concentration here, you can just take it through your top part. If you look at the top here, Kw over your H plus is equal to your OH minus. Either way works. I'm going to take the top part. So I'm going to take my Kw and I'm going to divide it by my concentration of H plus, and that's going to give me my OH minus. So then 1.0 times 10 to the minus 14, my Kw, and that's divided by 1.62 times 10 to the minus 4. And I can plug in my calculator. So 1.0. Again, remember, second E is your friend for scientific notation. That's negative 14, and then I'm going to divide that by 1.62, second E. So 1.0 times 10 to the minus 14 divided by 1.62 times 10 to the minus 4. That is equal to 6.17 times 10 to the minus 11. That is molarity, so it is M, capital M, OH minus. So this was learning objective 14, which was to convert between concentrations of H plus and OH minus, and to convert between pH and pOH.